It's not clickbait. On March 9th, I will be hosting my last theory episode, at which point I'll be handing off the channels.
Well, guys, we have reached a very, very sad day. MatPat, the creator of game theory, is leaving YouTube for good. He posted his video yesterday. It's already gotten more than 10 million views, which really goes to show how many people care about this guy and what he does. We all have our own fond memories of this man and the videos that he's made. Obviously, a big Five Nights at Freddy's guy is probably how you found him. Some of my favorite videos of his were the Undertale and Doki Doki videos. Genuinely amazing theories that I just go back to at least once a year and watch. But with this news, I think it's time I finally finished a video that I've been working on for 2 years. Five Nights at Freddy's. I fuck with Five Nights at Freddy's. Y'all know I fuck with Five Nights at Freddy's. There's been at least one FNAF joke in like every one of the last 10 videos I made, probably.
Shit sounds like Five Nights at fucking Freddy's. Bro, is this fucking Five Nights at Freddy's? Dude, I'm golden.
Yo, this shit sounds like Five Nights at Freddy's. I always knew about this series ever since the first game came out, but I was really bad with horror back then. So I'd see these games and I'd be like, haha, nope. It wasn't until the third game's release that I looked into it and actually kind of enjoyed what I saw. I watched Jacksepticeye play the third game and I was just like, wow, this is actually kind of fire, even though I'm hiding behind like my hand for half the video. But it was interesting and I wanted to know what the hell was going on. So what did I do? I watched Markiplier play the games 1, 2, and 3. I started watching 8-Bit Gaming and MatPat and Smike make videos and theories on this game. And keep in mind, 2015, we were right in the middle of this. Before FNAF 4 came out, we didn't know what the fuck was going on. We were trying to figure it all out. We didn't have the purple guy's name, didn't know anything about crying children or anything, bro. It was such a time to be alive and speculating. I was really young though. When those games were coming out, I looked like this. I wasn't doing any speculating. No. I was just watching other people do it. My critical thinking cap wasn't on, but I definitely kept what I learned up here. FNAF 4 was a big game for me. That was the first game that released after I got into the series.
We could not finish the second night, so I'm just here doing it by myself.
And I played it. I certainly played it. Made some videos on it. They're not good. I was so scared of the game that it wasn't even possible for me to make videos on it.
Wow, dude, shut up! I can't hear it!
Later on, I went back and I played Five Nights at Freddy's 3 for the channel, and I did beat it. Yeah! The videos are also pretty cringe, and you're not going to see them beyond this video. But it was cool because even, my brother knew a little bit about the Five Nights at Freddy's stuff from, the videos he saw me watching, and my friends at school knew about the lore, and I will say, was I a little cringe? Yeah. But I wasn't that cringe. Like, I wasn't that bad. I think my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's release was probably FNAF World. I know, you can crucify me, it's fine. People hated that game. Not me, bruh. We finished up Five Nights at Freddy's 4. That was supposed to be the end. And then all of a sudden, these characters are turning chibi. We were going like, yo, what the hell is this all about? FNAF World, baby. Sick. That's my vibe. If y'all don't know, JRPGs are one of my favorite game genres. Earthbound and Amori are some of my favorite games. And to think that Five Nights at Freddy's was getting an official turn-based RPG game was just nuts. We had Five Nights at Fuckboys, and those games were great. I played those on the channel too.
Get the fuck out of here, Golden Fred!
Big fan of those, but we were getting an official one from Scott the man himself, and I was all over it, man. I was all over it. I made so many videos. I made at least 10 videos on that game. I actually went back and streamed it a couple years ago, and it did really well. Nowadays, people say, this game really wasn't that bad, and it wasn't. It started off pretty ass, but after FNAF World, we got like Sister Location, the books. This is where we started learning about a fuck ton new stuff that was just harder to keep up with, and newer things were coming out, and I fell off of it a little bit. Pizzeria Simulator, I literally thought was like a fan game for the longest time. I had no idea, but there was a lot of lore to catch up on, and thankfully MatPat was there. And then Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted came out, and I played it, thought it was great. It wasn't a game I ever beat. It was actually kind of obnoxious, but it was still the coolest way to experience any of the games. Security Breach came out, and I played through like a quarter of it. It was so glitchy.
God
and just
damn.
Fucked. It launched like a year later on Xbox, so it had time.
What's this? Holy shit!
And then Ruin came out. I didn't really look into it, but just a few weeks ago, Help Wanted 2 came out. And the cool thing about that game is that it has to run off your computer or your PlayStation. You can't get it in your Quest, and that means the game is actually good. You know, with the first game, the tracking was kind of finicky. You know, you'd press something and it wouldn't press. With this game, it's basically perfect. You know, the game looks beautiful. The mini games are really fun. The scares are toned down, which is nice because you're gonna be seeing them a lot. There's actually a twist midway through the game. You know, you spend your entire first 2 or 3 hours in this hub world, and then all of a sudden, you see a poster that tells you to take off your mask before you end your shift. And what do you know? You've had a mask on this whole fucking time, and guess where you are? The pizzeria simulator location. How crazy is that? How crazy is it? So sick. So sick. There's no more fun music. It's dark. You're like, bruh, what the hell's going on here? That's certainly, you know, something that I had said in my fucking mind. One of my favorite twists in any of these games, honestly, because it's something that you experience yourself. And from there, you unlock a lot more mini games to play. Help Wanted 2, being the last release that we've had, tied up a lot of things that we were questionable about. That was its purpose, but it's also just an incredibly fun experience. You don't have to give a fuck about the lore to, you know, smack the shit out of some bonbons. Like, that's fun. That being said, I think Help Wanted 2 is my favorite release in the series to play. I haven't played all the games, but the ones I have played, you know, they're fine. Other than that, I'll say Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is my favorite. But I do think this game beats it. I do think this game is top 1. You know, we've talked about the games. Why not talk about the characters a little bit? I got some hot takes, man. I got some hot takes. I don't like the Security Breach characters, like, at all. I don't like any of them. I don't like Baby. She's kind of lame. Scrap Baby, though, scary as fuck. Seeing her just randomly show up and so close to my face in Help Wanted 2 out of nowhere was just crazy. Nightmarian's probably my favorite. His design is just nuts. Marionettes always freaked me out. I remember the first time that I saw the marionette in FNAF 2, and I was just like, damn, that's scary. I like the ones that are kind of meant to look scary. Scrap Baby, and then the nightmares, the withered animatronics. I think they're cool. Who gives a fuck about Lefty? Who even are you? I know who he is. Relax. This game franchise does not need to be scary all of the time. Hence, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. It did crazy numbers. I know that much. And, you know, the fact that it was PG-13 kind of sucks, but it's like, you know, it worked out. It worked out. Vanessa was just goddamn. At the end of the day, I think what captivated all of us with this franchise was just how much we didn't know, and to this day, we still don't. Nothing was ever specifically told to us. FNAF 2 being a prequel is something you just kind of had to guess. We still don't even have a concrete answer what Midnight Motorist even is. And you know what? I'm cool with that. As soon as you start to understand something, it loses its flavor. If we had a concrete answer for literally everything in this franchise, it would just kind of be boring. What happens from here on out with Five Nights at Freddy's? I might not know, because unfortunately, Matthew Patrick won't be here for it. But that's okay, because his videos aren't going anywhere. We can watch them as many times as we want. I'm even repping some game theory merch. Like, how crazy is that? I don't buy YouTuber merch, but this literally doesn't say game theory anywhere. Doesn't say nothing about Matthew Patrick. Doesn't even say anything about Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just confetti. Confetti at Freddy's. I love you, Matt. I'll miss you. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.